How Nostradamus's prophecies were used as conflicting YA propaganda. Nostradamus, or Michel de Nostradamus to his friends, was a 16th-century French plague physician-turned-soothsayer who wrote hundreds of prophecies and one delightful cookbook over the course of his life. According to some, his prophecies appear to have foreseen everything from the Great Fire of London, the French Revolution, the rise of Napoleon, the rise of Hitler, the nuclear bombings of Japan, the assassination of JFK, 9/11s, global warming, and perhaps most bizarrely of all, cryptocurrency. You might be wondering how a self-proclaimed seer born in the Middle Ages could anticipate world events that would shake societies to their scores centuries later. While some claim that Nostradamus was a keen historian, truly believing in the cliché that history is forever condemned to repeat itself, many others feel that he simply compassed his poetic prophecies as obscurely as possible in order for them to be reinterpreted long after his death. Given their ambiguity, it was only a matter of time before Nostradamus's prophecies were exploited for propagandist purposes. Throughout World War II, both the Allies and the Axis manipulated the late oracle's writings to undermine and rebuild morale. This fascinating and frequently forgotten part of history serves as a great parable of exactly how Nostradamus's writings can be manipulated and repackaged to fit the agenda of pretty much anyone. Inspiration may strike in the most unexpected places. While it is well known that the Nazis were enthralled with the occult, the revelation regarding Nostradamus's potential as a propaganda piece came from the most unlikely of sources, a postal worker. According to Richard Smoley's The Essential Nostradamus's potential was revealed to Third Reich Minister for Propaganda Joseph Goebbels in 1939, after his wife, Magda, presented him with a specific Nostradamus claim written in a book, Die Weissagung des Nostradamus, The Prophecies of Nostradamus, by a Berlin postal worker named C. Lug. Although Goebbels had privately disparaged fortune-telling and predictions as silly rubbish, Nostradamus by Stefan Gerson, Lug's apparent claim that Nostradamus had foreseen the fall of Poland in 1939 captivated him. Never one to pass up an opportunity, Goebbels recognized the potential of distorting Nostradamus's writings as a propaganda tool, and set out to transpose Nostradamus's writings to the Nazi propaganda machine. Goebbels promoted the distribution of leaflets with contrived Nostradamus verses throughout Nazi Germany and its occupied territories. In fact, when Germany attacked in May 1940, the Nazis went so far as to airdrop tens of thousands of these booklets over France and Belgium. Goebbels sought to instill terror and panic in the Nazi regime's critics by using Nostradamus's writings, so that it appeared as if their triumphs were cosmically ordained and all but inevitable. You may be asking, how could anyone possibly fall for such a ruse? The astonishing truth is that the Axis's propaganda campaign was so successful that the Allied forces grasped its potential and quickly imitated it. Fortunately for Winston Churchill, the British had plenty of source material to comb through when they decided to take a leaf out of Goebbels' book. Instead, in 1941, British counterintelligence agents smuggled their own Nostradamus-themed periodicals into Germany to sway public opinion. Their favorite passages asserted that the fascist regimes of Germany and Italy were ruled by fools, which would usher in their eventual demise. The Americans, on the other hand, opted to harness the burgeoning power of cinema to solve the problem. MGM, an American film production company, began creating multiple propaganda films, including 1940s short More About Nostradamus. Aside from containing terrible fake beards and massive quills, the plots of these films generally revolve around the premise that the Great Seer not only predicted the demise of the Third Reich, but that America would become the torchbearers for unity and justice. Keep in mind that America as we know it didn't even exist when Nostradamus was alive. Thus, Nostradamus was being used to bolster morale and persuade a nation wary of joining a European conflict. Not only did this idea of merging Nostradamus and entertainment influence public perception, but the American obsession with Nostradamus persists well into the present day. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.